There's a new formula on page 345 that you need to add to your formula sheet. It's called the comparison rate. And what this does is it compares the final interest rate after you've taken into account your points and your upfront charges and those kinds of things. So the comparison rate is equal to the APR, which is your annual percentage rate, so just your interest rate that they give you, plus 0.125, and this is just a weighting factor to tell you that your interest rate is actually more important than something else. So this is just what they use for this. And then times points plus the origination fee, so an upfront fee that they may give you, divided by the amount of the loan. And so we're going to look at example 2. Example 2 on page 345 says, suppose, so here it is. Suppose that you wish to obtain a home loan for $120,000 and you obtain the following quotes from lenders. 8.5% plus 2.5 points plus $250, 8.8% plus 1 point plus $100. And you want to see which one's better. Typically, most people only look at the interest rate and they're like, well, that one must be better because it's a lower interest rate. But you want to make sure that you take into account your points and any fees, which is called an origination fee for the loan, before you decide which loan you want to do. So if we make these calculations for these two loans, the first one, if we do use our formula, this is the comparison formula, and we do 8.5%, and remember that when we do interest, we need to move the decimal, so 0.085 plus our weighting factor, which remember I said that it shows the importance. Well, the interest rate is more important than points, so we're multiplying it really by 1/8, and we're saying it's 1/8 as important as the interest rate. So times the points, which in this case for the first loan, the points are 2.5 points, and we write it as a decimal. That's a percentage, remember. So we write 2.5% as 0.025. So points plus the origination fee, which in this case is $250, over the amount of the loan. And in this case, the loan is $120,000. So that's what you would plug in. Now you want to be sure and do your order of operations. So for this one, you're going to punch in 250 divided by 120,000. And you're going to get, in your calculator, you'll have 0.00208333333. So you just want to leave that in your calculator and then put plus 0.025, hit enter, and you get another long decimal, 0.02708333333. And so that's what's inside the parentheses. Order of operations says you need to do multiplication next. So now we'll do times 0.125. And we get 0.0033854167. You add the 0.085 last, and this is what we get. 0.08838544167. Now, that's a decimal, and we want to make sure that we change it to a percent, so I'm going to move this 2 places. And I'm going to round to roughly 8.8%. So when you take into account the points and the origination fee, this first one is really 8.8%. So let's see what the other one would be. If I add my 8.8%, which is 0.088, plus the weighting factor, remember this is just your formula, times, and we've got the points. That's what this part is. This is 1 point. So 1%, if I move my decimal 2 places to the left, I would put 0.01 plus fee over amount of the loan. Then we do that again on our calculator. So we're going to go 100 divided by 120,000 equals plus 0.01 equals times 0.125 equals plus 0.088. And so this is what we get for this one. 0.08935416667. That's what shows up in my calculator. So moving my decimal 2 places gives me an interest rate of 8.9%. So this one is actually higher. So the top one would be better. So it does have a lower interest rate. It does have more points. It has more of a fee. But in the long run, this will actually be the better interest rate. And it's not really 8.5 though. It's really 8.8. So A would be your better loan on that one.